without a doubt, for the most part, almost any restaurant you go to that will probably want, if it's any kind of American food or just Western food, will have an Irish bartender or someone there is Irish.
Mm-hmm.
And two, the like unspoken rule is after you've ordered like 2 or 3 beers at the bar, they'll just give you one.
Yep. To keep you there.
This one's on the house.
And then you're like, oh, and then like the custom is once you get one on the house, you owe them one back.
That's right.
And you'll order another one, which that gets you on the third one, which means you're going to buy a fourth one, which now you're making bad decisions.
Well,
but it's also when you're like, and now I need food.
Let me see the menu real quick.
Yeah, actually, can I see the menu on that one? Yeah, I'm gonna see the menu now. Working at events since 2005, I've always been inspired by people coming together to share ideas. I'm Amanda Younger, and I'll be your host on Happy Hour, where I share a drink and a laugh with guests over stories and our hope for the future of the live event experience. Today, I'm speaking with Britton Hogge. This is part 2 of 2 of Flavia tasting the Irishman on a fabulous St. Patrick's Day. It's been great. Anyways, I hope you like it as much as we enjoyed hanging out with each other. Anyways, special thank you to Loxamana Media. You create, we capture. Be sure to continue the conversation with us online at eventspeak.com. Subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify and iHeartRadio. And favorite us on Stitcher to get all upcoming episodes and help others find our show. Be sure to comment below. We love as much feedback as possible in our early stages, and a promotional giveaway is on. A lucky listener will be randomly picked from our followers on Facebook and Instagram at Happy Hour AY. Together, we can make the difference in live events. All right, welcome back to another episode of Happy Hour with Amanda Younger, and I brought back our favorite, Britton Hogge. How are you doing, Britton? Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Back
of course,
again.
I know. Well, it's because we got a new Flavia.
JJ Corey. Do you say that Gail? Gail.
It's Irish whiskey. It's the Gale, the batch number 2.
Batch number 2.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to start B?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Hyde is the distillery. Hyde.
Okay.
6-year-old number 4 rum cask finish. Rum. So rum casks. Vanilla. You nailed it, dude. Very nice experience. I always like moving out. Actually, when I first moved to New York, that was one of my favorite things to do. I didn't really have any friends when I first moved there. I had the people that I lived with that I moved there with. But we were all kind of in the flux of trying to make it, trying to break it in the city. And I see you
like a recession.
I see you pulling out C. I'm going to do the same thing.
I'm just getting it prepped.
Continue. I know. I know, but I'm excited. And so one thing I had to kind of get used to in New York that was kind of, I think, foreign to me is that it's okay, and in fact, it's highly encouraged to do things by yourself in the city.
Yeah.
So if there's something you want to see or something you want to do, then just go do it. No one cares that you're by yourself. Like, and you sometimes meet random people, which is kind of cool. Like, but I love that. When I first moved to the city, I did it like the first time I did it, it felt weird. I also got to the point where if I was eating out, I always went to the bar because that seemed to be where the solo people kind of ate.
Yes, that's where you want to go because that's where all the action is, and you can still talk to people, and it's very social.
Correct. And if you eat in some certain part of Midtown where all the Irish bars are, or at least all the Irish bartenders are, this is kind of coming around to St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
That part of Midtown from like Herald Square to a couple blocks above 42nd Street.
A little bit more on the east side,
more towards the east side. You probably no further west of like 7th or 8th Avenue. and as far east as maybe like Madison, somewhere in that band, right?
Yeah.
Without a doubt, for the most part, almost any restaurant you go to that will probably want, if it's any kind of American food or just Western food, will have an Irish bartender or someone there is Irish. And two, the like unspoken rule is after you've ordered like 2 or 3 beers at the bar, they'll just give you one.
Yep. To keep you there.
This one's on the house.
And you're like, oh, and then like the custom is once you get one on the house, you owe them one back.
That's right.
And you'll order another one, which that gets you on the third one, which means you're going to buy a fourth one, which now you're making bad decisions.
Well,
but it's also when you're like, and now I need food.
Let me see the menu real quick.
Yeah, actually, can I see the menu on that one? Yeah, I'm gonna see the menu now. All right, let's try C. I'm gonna edit the crap out of this thing. All right.
Okay, C.
I see you.
Oh shit! Oh wow! I thought I went back for a little top off, and instead I dumped most of the bottle in.
You're like, just kidding. I'm gonna have a lot.
You can tell that I've been tasting though. Look, let's see. As I've gone, can you see this? It's A, B, and then C. Do you see how much heavier the pores got as I got to C?
I love it. You're like a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
A is like still completely full, and the other two, it's like mostly gone because I'm just.
That's because you were being very conservative at the very beginning. Now you're just gonna be like, this is good.
Good.
That look delicious.
Okay. C.
I think it burnt the little nose hairs on that one.
Ooh, yeah, that one's a little fumey.
Yeah, a little sinus clearer. Like wasabi.
That one's the most intense of all three.
Punch you in the face.
Not like, I don't get the spice.
It's
not spicy like that second one was. The finish is very smooth. That's like.
I don't know. There's an aftertaste to it. Like you can like taste the wood or something. I don't know.
I want to say apricot again, only because the other two said apricot.
I mean, this might be like.
But as I say apricot, I'm kind of getting apricot. So.
Well, maybe there's a little citrus in there.
Yeah, you're right. Orange zest. Biscuit, oak, tropical, fruit, malty, honey, woody, vanilla. But orange zest is the big one.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that I say orange, I'm tasting the orange.
Well, the wood, that's the oak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I taste the oak.
Let's see if it's one that you have had, though. This is Jack Ryan, Beggar's Bush 12-year.
Tropical. Malty, yes. Woody, yes. Oak, yes. Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, Jack Ryan, like the Amazon show. Jack Ryan, like, you know what I'm talking about? Jack Ryan.
Yeah, actually, I've seen Hyde, and I think I've had Hyde before, which is very odd. Well, because I remember labels and.
Yeah.
But I have not had Jack Ryan. But Jack Ryan, you taste so familiar.
It does taste really nice.
Yeah.
That one has a really clean finish to it. Like it just sort of fades away. Oh,
goodness, Jack Ryan. I love what you're doing to me.
Well, and now that we've gone through the cards, now you can put the stickers on, right? I love that. I think that's so fun.
So now we can talk about them freely with their special labels on. They're no longer A, B, and C. They're actually a brand. They have a.
This is such a fun place. Concept. They have an identity. Like a little project. Correct. Yeah. I'm going to put the sticker on A.
Okay, I'm going to do the same.
Where do you put the sticker? It tells you.
It tells you. Aim the sticker here. Aim it because they know you're not going to get it right. but you can try really, really hard. So now
it like fits perfectly. Do you see that? It fills the little square in exactly. Well, it's hard to see in the light, but it like fits perfectly.
Yeah, it does. I like that.
Within the little label. That's so adorable, dude. I love this brand. This is a great brand. This is not a brand. Is this a plug? Is this technically a plug for them?
They don't know that. I'm not getting paid for anything that I do. This is all for fun, and this is all me just enjoying something that I like, and this is twice enjoyable.
Yeah, we've done this twice now, and this is a really enjoyable experience. The packaging is cute and fun. All of the literature is nice. You have little stickers so you can label the bottles, and the bottles are nice, so if you wanted to, you could like take some paint thinner and scrub the label off and reuse them for other stuff.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Well, this is great. That's fun.
Putting the stickers on is really actually very fun. When I was
younger, enjoyable.
For like, I don't know, 2 years, maybe 3 years. It wasn't very long because my sister and I are 5 years apart. But for at least like 2 years, I got to help my parents be Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And like the first year that I was like, can I help? They were like, absolutely. Your sister got a Barbie airplane and it has about 10,000 decals. Put all of them on the plane.
Get it. Build now.
But I was always so good at putting decals on stuff because I was super pedantic and like would sit there and like and reapply until I got it in the corner where it was supposed to be, you know what I mean? Like right, so that when it laid down it wasn't crooked or like askew. So her stuff looked good, dude. The stuff I did.
Meredith, we know that you're listening.
But that's something people forget about, dude. I don't know that many toys come like that anymore, but there were a shitload of toys in the 90s that came, and it was like, you looked at the box and you were like, this looks awesome. And then you open it up and it's like, now put the decals on so it actually looks like it's supposed to. And you were like, oh.
Oh.
And some of them were like,
yeah.
And the little headlight for the Barbie Jeep or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the pro level Star Wars Lego sets.
Yeah, and they're expensive.
That's like a fun thing.
Nice.
And it's also like a teamwork activity. And we did a build together that was the Saturn V rocket.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
3.5 to 4 feet tall. That was one of the most fun builds I think we've ever done. And we did it over the course of like 2 or 3 days one year. I want to say it was the year that it was like super cold around New Year's, like 12 degrees outside, like 10 degrees outside, like crazy temperatures, which for people that live in the like North Midwest, like that's like a joke. But for people in New York, like, what in the teens, 10 degrees? Oh my God, what is this, Antarctica? We were like, well, I'm not going outside in that. And so we tried to order everything. We placed an order one day to Amazon, and it was the Saturn V rocket, some tampons, some batteries for the remote. I think the remote had died. Like a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper and some Doritos or something like that. And so that just kind of became the running joke. Also order a Lego set, whatever Amazon has. And it was like the Amazon Prime Now thing. So you would order it and then like 2 hours later they would like bring you the stuff.
So you were just like living the COVID life.
But before we even knew that that was the COVID life, yeah, it was like, try not to leave the house ever. Like, bring us everything. It's so cold.
I'm gonna have the A again.
I need to finish the C. I have a smidge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to the Gale.
I'm going back to A as well.
The Gale. Batch. Number 2.
JJ Corey.
Yeah, I just want to let you know where I was headed. It's going back to the top of the hour. I just dumped it.
I still have one more decal to put on, which I'm excited for.
Oh, I put all the decals on. I know this is how we ended up in this.
But I also noticed, speaking of being super pedantic, when you put the vial back into the little holder, the bottom of the label is flush with the foam.
It is. It is so that everything is seen, even when it's in its holder.
So it's really crazy. Whoever designed this did a really lovely job.
People. Did a very good job in design.
So if you have any amount of OCD and are also interested in doing liquor tastings, this is the brand for you.
It's very thoughtful, very detail oriented, and very smart to keep the branding exposed at all times. So it's just kind of like love of your creative team, really.
And what a fun...
Your creative department was given love.
We've had fun doing this, just the two of us, but I imagine this would be super fun if you needed something cute for like a party.
You know, more Zoom parties should be like, let's do a thing together, rather than just like hanging out and putting on some music.
This is it.
They should be like more like tastings, and something gets delivered to you. There's something, again, it goes back to my need for tangible
stuff.
If you're sensing the same thing, you're having that experience together, you're all still experiencing something common. And that, you know, whatever came in the box to your house, and then you can talk here virtually or digitally or however you want together with your different opinions about like the one thing, right? So,
well, that was like my, you know, I told you I sent some Whitleys to two of my online friends, and what sort of like, I guess, elicited that was one of the guys was like, "Oh, give me your address. I'm going to send you guys something for the holidays." And so he sent
some stuff.
Myself and this other guy. It's like 3 of us that played pretty regularly together, and he sent us a bottle of his favorite wine. And then he had a bottle as well. And so once we received it one night when we had like a gaming session, we all were like, okay, open your bottles. And then like, so we tasted it together and we enjoyed it. And we got drunk together because we all drank a bottle of wine by ourselves.
Today is the day of Steve.
Played some games.
Please open your box of Steve and enjoy this taste of Steve.
It was really fun though. It was really fun.
I went to C.
I did too. I was going to finish with B.
Stop.
Yeah.
I was going to finish with B. I love it.
Yeah, I skipped A to C.
Oh, yeah, A to C. And then back to B.
And then back to B.
Yeah, so I'm going to do Jack Ryan, Beggars Bush, 12-year-old. So they give you the age stuff.
I know.
That's good too.
I'm still just obsessed with the packaging, though.
No, it's good. It's good marketing. Thank you, Flavia.
Thank you, Flavia.
I mean, thank you for existing and for for me to experience you. It's been
if you send us some, we'll do another episode.
But I'm into it. I think they liked me last time. They were like, "Oh,
if you send us more, we'll do another episode, or we'll stream about it on Twitch or something like that."
Well, I mean, I'm totally on.
Because Amanda has like 100,000 Twitch followers, I think, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Hey.
I always thought about streaming on Twitch. I don't know if anybody would even watch me.
It's your sister and it's my mom watching this webcast right now, and we love you guys. Love you, Meredith. Love you, Renee Younger.
Yeah, do you get like audience demographics? Do you get any reports about like how many views it's had or listens or anything?
I don't think he's letting me know, but I'm pretty sure it's your sister and my mom.
I mean, I've told people at work about it, and I think that they've listened to that. I let one of my other friends listen to it too. So if you do get any kind of like audience demos, then it definitely includes at least a couple of people in Gloucester County who have listened to it. I don't know how much of it they listened to.
I would love to be like, and there's like this small cluster of a fan base in Virginia. Am I on the last one?
I'm about to be on the last one.
Oh no, I'm not on the last one. Oh my god, no! I gotta finish my C so I can get to my. I think B's my girl.
Oh, you didn't do C?
No, I'm doing C right now, Jack.
I'm doing already
Jack.
on the B.
Oh my goodness, you've already moved to Hyde. I think Hyde is my stuff. I really like it.
It's pretty good. I like that one as well. I think I liked B in our last tasting too.
Oh, New York is getting Irish crazy. I'm going to stay in. Or did you go like, ooh, New York's getting Irish crazy. I'm going to go out.
We would go out. We would go out like, yeah, I don't, because obviously we had good friends that were very Irish. And so Liz and I would oftentimes catch up with them, whether that was out somewhere or I don't often recall what happened on St. Patrick's Day.
No.
I don't know if that was because little happened or if too much happened. I'm not quite sure.
I usually I would get an Irish breakfast. I would go find the Irish bars that opened for the parade because I wanted to go there for a breakfast, but I wanted to be there for basically the guys in kilts waiting to start. So, it like any parade, there's a formation and they're on all the side streets and they're like, hey, and they run up, they grab a beer and Irish coffee and all sorts of stuff before they start their section. And if they've got some time, like they've got some time. And so I liked being there when they're all like, hey, and I'd go in and there'd be like the FDNYs, this like the bar that they're hitting before they do their step off, or there'd be like some sort of bagpipers upstairs, and I just liked finding one of the bars in Midtown that was basically kind of like the meetup for people participating. And then of course later I was invited because of work. So I would say yes, because I wanted to actually march in the parade. It was fun because you can actually keep people in line in formation. You can hold the banner. It was a couple of different things, and the whole point was to walk by St. Patrick's Cathedral and you got a blessing from the priest as you went. And it was very formal and you had to keep kind of in a regimental state. And I think it kept its formality and its like sacredness. Anna has been a part of it as well. She was in it as a baby with her dad, with her papa, Mr. Kennedy. And he was one of the attorneys for the IRA and stuff like that. So he marched with them and he would bring her, as baby and then as a toddler and like whatever. So when I finally got to march in it, her mom was like, okay, this is the pin that he used to wear on his lapel when he marched in the St. Patrick's Day parade. And this is the lapel pin that I would wear when I went. So I made sure that, their pins were with me. So that like basically the symbol of the Kennedys were walking through the St. Patrick's Day parade again and again. So even in his absence, the pin continues to march down the route. The holder of the lapel pin. And I don't mind being that. Yes. But actually, the first St. Patrick's Day parade actually did happen in New York. It was a bunch of Irish soldiers. They were actually fighting on the British side in the Revolutionary War. And of course, New York fell to the British, so that was like HQ. And they all gathered on March 17th, and they, in fighting for the British, it was important to call out their Irish heritage. And so they all gathered on March 17th going like, yeah. And they walked like down a few blocks. It was all downtown to like a tavern. And I forget which tavern it was, but yeah, like they basically walked to a tavern, but together. And that was like the first St. Patrick's Day parade was like they're marching together, like singing Irish chants and songs and being like, yeah. And then they ended up in a tavern to drink beer, which is what we do anyways. And that was basically what it was. That was like, well, that was Revolutionary War. So that was back in the 1700s. But yeah, now it's like the longest and the largest St. Patrick's Day parade, same place. So that's pretty cool. There's more than 200,000 participants from just like a group of Irish soldiers walking through town to 200,000 people of multiple backgrounds and cultures. That's pretty fun. All in New York.
It's pretty fun. Yay. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. And I have my friends from Ireland, Anya and her group of ladies that are up there actually by where Game of Thrones was actually recorded. Her husband does a Game of Thrones tour, and I can't wait to enjoy it. But the other thing that we want to do is dedicate this episode to Caitlin and John Hennigan and Holtzman. Well, yeah, Caitlin Holtzman and John Hennigan. They were mutual friends of ours. We'll have to dedicate this episode to them. I actually met Caitlin at Pride Island waiting for you and Liz to kind of finish the event, and I was like, oh, hi, and she was like, oh, I'm waiting for my friend Liz, and I was like, your friend Liz? That's my friend Liz. What? Who are you? I found out it was her friend Liz. I was like, well, I'm also here for Britton. She's like, I know Britton, and I was like, oh, okay, hi. And then we ended up just talking and hanging out, waiting for you guys, basically let us in, which was fun. And I think we like enjoyed an after party. I think there was another night where we were all together, and she was like, "Can I invite my boyfriend over?" And we were like, "What?" He's Irish. He's a lot of fun, I swear. And we're like, I guess. Ugh. And then he came over, and he was a tornado. He walks into the room and he is just an Irish tornado of like fun and happiness and like laughter and like jokes and
stories and jokes. Yeah.
Stories and jokes. He definitely was a force. It was definitely something. And it was great because you became an audience. Everyone became an audience member, and you just wanted to keep up with him on everything. So it was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's good. We had holiday parties with them. You wore some pretty fun sweaters. They had the Alexa, light the tree, and then she would, and it would be the lighting of their Christmas tree, which was great. We would always sing the Pogues.
The Pogues, yeah.
The Pogues was a big sing-along, and they passed out all the lyrics so that we all sang properly, which was great. They did the Game of Thrones party. I definitely even borrowed some of their things for my Game of Thrones party, which was like the very same year. I was like, you're doing it, but so am I. Well, can I borrow some of this? This is nice. I had to dress up as Game of Thrones twice that year, and I loved it. Yeah, she even made like a full blown like tree. The old gods. She put one in the living room, which was really fun, and she had Tyrion with his crossbow in the bathroom, where of course that is where he would be. Crossbow. So, and that's the one that I had to take. I was like, I definitely want to grab Tyrion. And to walk with him with the crossbow in the subway back home, it's fantastic. Everyone wants to take a photo with the cutout of Tyrion. I was like, okay. So it was definitely like a New York moment for a lot of people, but that was for like my 40th birthday at Hibernia Bar in Hell's Kitchen, which is another fantastic Irish bar that I do love, and everyone needs to make sure that they give them their love as well. Eddie is actually from Scotland, but he makes a mean playlist, and they're doing a lot of things to go. But of course, Caitlin and John, I've been speaking in the past tense because we lost them back in May of 2019. A drunk driver struck them broadside. So please, I will have a link in this episode. I'll make a contribution in their names to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. That's MADD, MAD. We'll have the link in the episode description. And please, if you're out celebrating St. Patrick's, leave your car at home. Grab a ride out to your festivities if that's what you're doing. Double mask, it's okay, but it's safer that way than trying to drive yourself. And yeah, I think that's how I will end that. I think we know our favorite Flavier. And I can't wait to do this with you again.
B. Mm-hmm. Agreed. I hope we do it again. I always have fun doing this with you.
It's fun.
It's just
us hanging out and me pressing record.
I mean, basically, it's just like, okay, what does that taste like? Now what do you want to talk about?
Okay.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a lovely time.
Don't forget to thank Whitley's.
Oh, there you go.
I was patting them.
Thank you, Whitley's. Thank you, Whitley's, for the snacks.
I've enjoyed my peanuts, dry roasted goodness from Virginia. I also have, no, it's good. It's delicious. And thank you, Flavier. This was great.
And thank you, Flavier. Yes, it was. Another stellar tasting.
I didn't finish my hide. I have to finish it without you.
Oh, I know. I gotta go eat. My mom made pot roast for dinner.
Ooh, well, pot roast. Oh, thank you, Mom.
With whole mushrooms and stuff in it. It looks bomb.
Oh, fantastic.
Bonkers.
Okay. Well, thank you for this day in the sun. Yeah.
I love spending time with you like this.
I will bid you adieu. I'm going to stop recording.
I will as well.
Yeah.
See how Crash works. And then that works. We can all race together.